All right, so this is me. See where everything is. When last we left, I was... Oops, there we go. That was weird. Come on, bring it back. There we go. Okay, there we go. So when last we left, I had just managed to earn all of the what are they called? I gotten my prestige point in this, and we'd spent it on getting our hopping bonsai. So I went ahead and I have been slowly, well, not slowly, it actually went pretty fast, bringing all of the trees over here so that we can basically just have everything where we want it to go. Clearly there are little bits and pieces that I'm still working on. So birch. So what I've done is each one of these barrels, and I deliberately chose the barrels. A lot of people were very excited about the file folders, but I kind of like the barrels, just kind of for the aesthetics of it. So there are, what is this, 5 double rows of 10 here. So each row has a chest attached to it, and I have all of the saplings for everything in that row in the order that it appears in the row in the chest. Now, you may think from this that I am organized. It was actually just accidental, and so don't expect it in the future. Just, you know, getting that out there. Also, very important to know, apparently, if lightning strikes the area, you get zombie skeletal riders. I only know this because I got zombie skeletal riders, and it was quite terrifying. And yeah, going after them with a wooden sword was perhaps not the happiest experience of my life. So yeah, that. I'm gonna finish moving these trees over. Now, the reason that I went for basically the amount of things that I did was, if we look at saplings here, there are approximately 39 different saplings. So theoretically, I've got half the number that I'm actually going to need. Doing it the way that I have done it, because for the most part, I've got 2 of the, do I have any slabs? I don't have any slabs. I've got, what's this one? Weird. I'll just show you, it's easier. So these are redstone, this one's for resin, this one's for acorns. So I don't actually need a lot of the saplings. And if I get really excited about needing them, the hopping bonsai pots, very few people realize this, but they actually have an inventory spot in them. So if I were to unlock this and remove all the resin, I would actually get saplings and acorns and sticks and wood as well. It stops at a single stack, but I would get them. So I have, these are all full, but yeah, so most of these just have 2. Some of them only have 1, and occasionally there are ones with 3. So this makes coal pieces for example. The acacia only has one. The jungle wood has two. So it actually balanced out pretty well. The birch wood, again, it only has one. I'm not worried too much about how everything works out. I figure, you know, it will work out the way that it is supposed to work out somehow or other. And if it doesn't, I will change it. So we're just going to chuck this in there. Now, I do not believe that the trees actually produce lapis, so we can check. Yeah, it does not produce lapis. So the lapis is actually an artifact of personal crafting rather than that. Where did I get cactus from? Oh, right, the cactus. They're silly tall. So when I broke this, it was absurdly high up there. We're going to need some of this, I think. So just be aware that cactus is a little insane. Cottonwood, amber. So this is a thing that I'm going to have to press later. Clay. Shears we probably want to hold on to for just a second. We can chuck that in there. I don't want to lose my buckets. Bone block is going to be useful, but later. Obsidian. Cobble. We'll need this. So there definitely, I definitely have a way that I like to arrange my thing. I noticed that everybody has their own setup. So for me, it's sword, pick, shovel, and then this spot for whatever, and then I always have torches on the end. That way, if I'm fighting, I can just swap to my torches really quick, and then I just hit the one to switch back to sword. It's not super important, but signs, we don't need the signs anymore. Chests, don't need the chests. So let's go ahead and make some slabs. I'm also trying to fill in these holes, like where the dirt was. At some point, I am actually going to replace all of this with some other ground or whatever, but we'll have to see what I settle on. So I'm not precisely sure what my plan is as far as whatchamacallit, prestige. So one of the things that is definitely possible is, it's designed for multiple plays through, and each playthrough gives you more and more options, which is kind of a cool way of doing it. If you're doing a solo world at home. So we'll have to see what works as far as that. I may still do it. I no longer need this. And I may not. Honestly, at this point, I fully anticipate that most people are not going to be able to be on my schedule for the purposes of watching me stream. Which one is this? Coal sapling. But again, I'm kind of doing this also for me. I really am enjoying learning, and I've definitely learned a lot doing this, and I'm really hoping that I can learn some more. So coal saplings we have over here. that, do that, do that, do that. Okay. So this would be 10 acorns, 10 resin. We lock them both. Lock. And then put these in there. They should be growing, and then drop that. And that is the secret of why they look so organized. It's not that I am organized, but I'm just trying to keep my inventory clean. Let's get some food. So, downside of the barrels, I'm not exactly sure how to pull a single one versus a stack. So I found that if I have something in the slot that I'm right clicking, then it tends to only pull one. Or left clicking, sorry, right clicking puts it in. So I'm guessing that that's pretty much the trick. I could wish that they had a slightly better setup for it. What's in here? So this is... I should be able to do the math. What is that? 4 ingots? Uses. So one of these ways pulls the amber. Depending on how you do this, it's like, oops. There. There we go. So that's that. We'll put these all in. And then we melt it all down. I should have put a sign saying how many I had used, because I'm trying to empty this out so that I can get all of the things out so I can start making casts with the gold. So this is gold, and that is why gold is here. So we want 1, 2, oops, 2, and gold. Pop that back in, pop that back in. So now that we have redstone as well, I actually should be able to start automating a couple of these things. Hey, what's going on, man? I'm hoping to set up a larger, faster smelting operation. So I'll need that. And then we can do this. Pop the table here. Throw down the gold. And gonna need more lava. Milk. Why did I have milk in here? Is the milk for slime? I don't know. So this is 1 ingot. I think what I'm actually just going to do is waste it. At this point, iron is not as big a deal. And cast. Sweet. So let's look in the age here. So we have non-clay pickaxe. We can do that. Honestly, that's not hard. And we need to start making armory and the forge, which again is not hard. So let's look at our tech here. Oops. Ender. Okay, we don't have Ender IO. How about mechanism? We've got mechanism. Mechanism we can work with. How about thermal? I think I remember Ego saying something about this was just thermal foundation pipes. Yeah, that's about right. Which is okay. I'm okay with that. What other mods do we have in here? Actually, nope. Okay, do we have applied? Okay, we do have applied energistics. We need Certus quartz for that. Pickaxe head. So, I think that we're going to need to go underneath. Do I have anything that I care about losing? That should actually dirt resin. Iron acorn, dirt resin. Iron acorn. Is this dirt? No, that's iron. That's clay. I'm gonna put dirt. I should have labeled these. I don't care about actual dirt. So let's go investigate the possibility of a second floor. One, two, three, four, five, six, and one air. Oops, gravity. It is our friend-ish. Alright, so let's light this up. Torch. Everything's within reach. Sweet. Now, I seem to recall that this pack has, like, rope ladders and stuff. So, that's pretty helpful. I don't necessarily know that I am comfortable with them yet. I suppose I should figure it out. That's definitely an option. Or I could do trapdoors. Elevators. We have elevators later, so let's do Ender elevator layer. What does that mean? So you can go horizontally. That's cool. Not here. I don't think so. My headsets do block out a lot of sound now. Oh, and I've missed. Oh, there's a thing that needs to be lit up. That ate a lot of health. Should just start carrying around a bunch of apples. Let's try this again. I need to be there. There we go. So I haven't really decided what I'm going to remake the main platform out of. For the moment, I'm going to leave it out of wood, but it's not going to stay that way, I think. And I'm not super interested in leaving it just out of cobble, although that is going to be my, come on, my fastest build material. So we'll have to see where we want to go with that. Now we could do, let's see, chisels in here. So we can do chiseled stuff. There's definitely that. Now I don't do forge microblocks because I simply don't have the artistic skill required or the patience, honestly. We do have concrete of various colors. And it looks like all the various factory blocks and things like that. We should be able to make most of the blocks fairly cheaply given enough time and energy. But that can wait until we have a bit more of an idea of what's next. Let's look into a sturdier crucible because this one kept catching on fire when I was using it for lava. I mean, how much lava do we have in there? We still have at least a bucket. So, crucibles. Are they not called crucibles? They're called cauldrons. Alright, so I wonder if this will OR dictionary with that. So maybe I could just make an iron one. Oh, we could make a cobble one. Brick. So let's try it with iron really quick and see if that is as happy for us. It does all the lava making things. I've got cobble in here. I thought I had iron. Block of iron, block of iron. Alright, with luck, this gives us lava. If not, I'll just go back to doing it with wood. Perfect. got a bucket around here somewhere. Bucket of mud, right. Alright, so that's that. So this is going to get us into our first stuff. With mechanism we want, let's talk about generators. What generators have we got? Petrified fuel, biogenerator, gas burning generator, solar, heat generator. Do I have osmium? Let's see. I don't think that we have an osmium tree yet. And if we're getting into so molten osmium over a mineral sapling, and we've got mineral, so osmium log, osmium amber is probably what we want. So it's going to be iron, copper, nickel. Do we have nickel? Sand, cottonwood. I'm going to have to make this larger or I'm going to fall off. We might not have nickel. Iron. Yeah, I don't believe that we have nickel yet. So let's make a nickel sapling and start working our way up. Because once we have nickel, we have Invar, and we can start piping hot liquids. Well, the, whatchamacallit. Oh, we'll probably also have to make the second smelter for alloys. So, nickel. Nickel sapling is made from an iron sapling with nickel. So amusingly, the tree fluid extractor will totally turn nickel logs into a little bit of nickel. So that's pretty cool. Nickel amber. So it's going to be cocoa, stone, bone, and sand. So that's easy enough to do. My apologies. Apparently I have a phone thing. Okay, so what did we say it was? 2 bone, 2 sand, stone. So this is silver, redstone, lead, bacon, oak. Two, 2, 3, 4, 1. Sand, where's the bone? Oh, I walked right past it. And then one of these. Already got it? Already got it. So that should make a nickel resin. Nickel amber, rather. And then we just need to pour that over an iron sapling. So let's go ahead and get 2 iron saplings. 1 to grow and 1 to spare. 1, 2. Chuck this in there. Begin working out our, let's see, 2 ingots. So I was kind of thinking of starting to set up auto processing with this. The way that I was thinking of doing it was setting up a hopper under this as per standard for early automation for tinkers, and then setting up a redstone clock. Redstone. So password trigger, redstone clock. So yeah, I might just set up one of those. Pretty simple to do at this point. And that would allow us to automate this. We could just put in stuff and then have it build up a supply while we're doing other things. Come on. There we go. That's one. And 2. So for the purposes of the initial setup, I'm pretty much intending on having a tree or dirt, setting the tree up, and then just making it go. Because otherwise it's going to be hit or miss as far as what gets into the barrels, and I would rather not guess if I don't have to. Come on, do the growing thing. You got this. There we go. So that's stone. I do have access to the bone crook. It doesn't actually work much faster. It does have a little bit more durability, but at the time it was just too annoying to repair. So I stuck with the stone one because cobblestone generator is a lot easier. Alright, and that should do this. And I think I'll just get the last of these. They're not hanging around. And alright, so we have nickel. Oop, I want that nickel. It's bone. Nickel. We lock these. We have our saplings. 1, 2. Chuck that in there. So now we needed what for the osmium? Because that's where our goal is, osmium. Osmium sapling requires osmium amber, which is the 1 nickel, 4 iron, quartz resin. Okay, so do we even have copper? I'm sure we have copper. Possibly we have copper. Sand. Okay, we may not have copper either. That's okay. We need copper anyway. So, no sweat. Copper resin. Oh, copper sapling requires spruce. And that's going to be... Come on. Copper, amber. So it's going to be sand, 2 stone, and 2 clay. Do we actually have spruce though? I'm thinking that spruce is not a thing that we have. Spruce sapling. We can order it for emeralds if we put petrified sapling in. We should have it then, right? Should have been one of our early trees. Or, no, we went straight for oak. We did. So, petrified sapling, silver. Bacon, lead, apple, bone, mineral, dirt, clay, iron, cottonwood, gravel, petrified sapling. So theoretically, we should just be able to bottle. Oh, that's got stuff in it. Theoretically, we should just be able to do that, and then spruce sapling. I think the only thing that we... Oh, that was me bumping the headset, if that's the bang that you heard before. I think the only thing that we really want from the spruce sapling is a couple more spruce saplings and logs. I'm not actually sure that there's too much that we care about from spruce. Yeah, I don't think there's anything from spruce that we care about in this pack. Some packs, they have other things. I've seen pine cones and stuff like that, but I don't think I recall anything from this pack that has that. So let's just chuck it in here. We'll go spruce wood, just in case we need it. Do that. This can go in here. Now we needed 1 spruce sapling for the copper tree, as I recall. Copper tree. So we'll need the copper amber, which is going to be red sand. Do we have red sand? How do we get red sand? Cauldron. Red dyed water bottle. Okay, we can do that. I guess we need flowers. So let's try an experiment really quick. If possible, oops. If possible, I would like to just go ahead and use the watering can. Oops, I didn't mean to do that either. It worked though. We have our poppy. Okay, so it doesn't bone meal the grass. That's good to know. Now I do not know if it needs the entire thing. Okay, there we go. So now we can go get our sand. We'll need a couple of these. A couple of those. Oops. A couple of those. Make some sand. So if I make the sand amber, that just melts it into glass. Okay, so actual sand is what we want. And I should just be able to swap or right-click this on the cauldron to get red sand. Nice. So for the copper, amber, we're talking 4 petrified, 2 sand, 2 clay. Let's chuck that in there. Chuck that in there. Oops. Do that. Get our torch back. Should probably actually make some more torches now that I'm thinking about it. Just in case. So just to confirm our numbers, we have 4 cobble, 2 clay, 2 sand. So clay should be here. It's one of the first ones that I did. 1, 2. 1, 2. Sand we just had. It's going to be over here. 1, 2. And then cobble should be 1 row back. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that should give us our copper amber. At some point, I will move metal processing to this area right here. So that it's going to be right near where we're going to be handling. Well, I might actually put it on that side. And then expand the grass over there. I'd like to get into some auto crafting before we really start expanding, but until we have machines, auto crafting is going to be a fond pipe dream, sadly. So this should be enough to make our first hopper. 2 hoppers, actually. So I don't want to... Well, I guess there's no harm to putting a chest in the ground here. Typically, I would rather not. But it shouldn't actually be that much of a problem. So this is going to be the one filled with cobble. So for the moment, we'll put this here. Now the only difficulty with having the hopper directly above like this is it means that we can't put the clock in front of it, because, I mean, I guess technically we could, but a redstone signal turns hoppers off, which can be very important, especially if you're using vanilla redstone and logic. So levers are easy. And I believe the redstone clock was, yeah, it's just a redstone repeater which we can make. That is an interesting recipe for it. Any stone. And let's go ahead and chuck the... Did I lose the amber? Oh, it's right there. I'm like, I lost it. So the uses for this, it melts down. Melter. So copper was spruce. Okay. So we'll chuck this in there. Should have one more ingot left. And then from this we needed what for osmium? Osmium. It was just 4 iron, quartz. Quartz is what we need. So let's do that. So what do we need for the quartz amber, or quartz sapling really? Wow, I can't type. Quartz sapling requires a magma slime crystal, an emerald sapling, and nether quartz. So, assuming we wanted netherrack, how would we make netherrack? So we can cast lava onto redstone, and it gives us netherrack. So that's easy. How do we get nether quartz? Quartz sapling. Netherrack sapling can produce it as well. Alright, well, that's good to know. So to make a netherrack sapling, we just need redstone, diamond, and gold. And of course a netherrack. Let's see, I've been playing for... Gosh, what edition was it when I started? At least 10 years, maybe longer. So what's in there? I assume from the fact that you're watching that you also play Minecraft? How long have you been playing? Oh, and I apologize for any delay. I'm not actually used to checking to see whether somebody's commenting. Oh, I did a thing. It should actually be appearing in chat, the conversation. Why is it not 1.25? Which version 1.25? Because weren't there two? Because there was a pre-release and post-release, or pre-beta, post-beta, or something like that. I mean, it's been a while. Like, clearly you've been playing for a while too. So, let's see what this gives us. So that gives us stone crook. Ooh, yeah, I don't know. That was forever ago. I mean, I think there's so many versions of the Tekkit mod pack now, you know, and other things that spawned because of it. So I remember the very first, oh, that's not what I want. There we go. I remember the very first vanilla skyblock. And that's when I got back into Minecraft, because I played it for a while. I played vanilla for a while. I remember playing when you didn't have to worry about eating, I think. And I got really into it, and I ended up building some really crazy redstone contraptions. I think my biggest and most proud and kind of sad moment, if you're not a geek or a nerd, was I did I made a Nintendo controller, and I hooked it up to basically a parking garage sized redstone processor. It was like a 4-bit processor or something like that. So you could play Worm, and I had like pistons for the screens. It was pretty crazy. I think that thing took me like, I don't know, a week and a half to build. It was a serious waste of time, and I still wish that I had the world, because, you know, point of pride or something like that. I don't know, it's crazy. I think that's the most intense redstone I've ever done. I definitely haven't done anything that weird since. What was I coming over here for? So we have the copper going. Osmium, we needed redstone, or not redstone, netherrack. We were trying to make netherrack, which is redstone amber with lava poured on it. Oh man. So, very excitingly, I am terrified of spiders, you know, in case you care. And this comes up because as I'm playing, there's a giant spider, like, crawling up the back of my monitor. To be quite fair, I'm actually really terrible at building hidden stairs. I have no idea why I should be okay at one thing and bad at another. I just am, and I have no explanation. So I need to do lava over this. How can I get lava? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I just put it in here? No. I know with the smeltery you can just right click it into the thing. Oh, that was a bad choice. Bad choice. Oh, this is bad. Uh-oh. Oh my god, nothing's on fire. I'm just checking to see if the underside's on fire. Oh, that was terrifying. So how do I get lava into there? Lava. Can you make lava in the smeltery? Oh, wait, maybe... Can you put a faucet on the side of the cauldron? You can, but it doesn't work. That's good to know. Okay, okay. New plan, new plan. I got this. How about... Let's make some glass really quick. No, bricks. One piece of glass. Did I make that nickel tree yet? I can't remember. I think I made copper. Nickel, yes. So let's experiment with the possibility of experiment with the possibility of whatchamacallit, in bars. So I need a second melter. Alright, a heater. So yeah, what comes with another melter? The melter. Alright, so it's a seared tank, and that makes the alloy tank. So a melter. But now grout should be pretty easy, so that's not a big deal. Do I have clay? Clay. put this back. Now we need sand. Oh, I've got sand. Gravel. Alright, so using this, that gives us gravel. And this should be grout. So that gives us 32 of that. We can get rid of these. Guess I can just take this off because I have all the the vines I can eat over there. Alright, so chuck this all in here. Iron. Let's organize that slightly. What did I want the bricks for? I knew I wanted the bricks for something. Yeah, I don't remember. So that gives us that. That gives us that. We should have a new melter in a second. So that gives us this. I don't know how far away this has to be. So let's go ahead and move our entire setup while we're at it. Let's try not to drop too much into the void, I guess. I definitely can't wait till I can get storage options of better than this. Alright, so that's that. And I should be able to just set this up anywhere. Now, the alloy thing. Adjacent seared tanks and melters. So it also requires a heater or something. You know, I have no idea. Honestly, I just went through the free skin library. And I found one that I liked. I kind of tinkered with the idea of altering and or making my own. But I'm not very creative where it comes to things like that. So I may simply have to find someone who is and convince them that they'd like to help me. So yeah, I don't know if it needs... Oh, that's not gonna work. That and that and that. How is this? I have no idea if I'm doing this correctly. I've never set up the melter before, or the alloyer. Gold. I thought I had some sand left over. Did I use it all? I must have. Hey, thanks, Wraithwind. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we'll just make some and then move on. I guess we'll make 32. That seems great. What are you streaming? Or what were you streaming, more accurately? So I need just the one. Nice. Are you running it just straight up, or are you trying to go through the prestige stuff as well? I think I need some more of the grout. And I think it's 3 of these. Yeah, I thought about doing that myself. I really miss my vein miner. At this point, I don't think that I really need it anymore. I've got, I just ground out to get all my trees done. Hi, Shimmer. But man, I'm telling you, I was whining the entire time about it. Like I miss my my vein miner. So I have no idea if this is how it works. Let's find out. Right, and since you only get 7 the first playthrough at the very least, as far as I can tell, until you get to like the super end game, you have to decide: do you want vein miner? Do you want the package to speed up your progression the second time through? So I don't know what I'm gonna pick as far as that, but honestly, I'm not exactly sure yet whether I want to. I should have put this up higher. Oh well. I'm not exactly sure yet whether I want to, or how far along the prestige path I want to play through. But I guess I will see. Some of it's gonna. That should work. Ooh, I need to light that up. Yeah. Although once you get iron, I mean, you can just use the the lumber axe. I mean, the only reason I haven't made a lumber axe at this point is because I got the hoppers. But I can just about make one whenever I want now. Redstone acorn. So that's that. I think it was 3 stone. So yeah, I think for me it could have gone either way, but locking both of them behind a prestige point seems a bit harsh, as you say. Oh, it doesn't, does it? And you definitely need the leaves for this. I'm wondering why fast leaf decay isn't in. I mean, I would have put fast leaf decay. I guess it's counterproductive if you are using a crook, if you chop down the log first. But I mean, stone clock. Yeah, I don't know about yeah, well, actually got iron before tin. Tool forge. Is it? Yeah, it's only cobalt and iron in this one. I know normally it's Ne4, but this one they seem to have gated it, but behind cobalt and iron. Oh no, it says Ne4 of the same metal. You're right. Weird. Wonder why the NEI and oh, because I bet that's the Tinker's thing. I'll have to experiment and see if it works. So we want to do that maybe, and then a lever. So we can turn it off when we want to. Always on required redstone is good. It really. Oh, you can pick direction for these. That's cool. I've never used this one. Oh, what did I do with the cauldron? So how far up have you gone? Are you actually? How many times have you completed the prestige thing? Oh, it's over here. I don't have to go there. Not very far. Well, you know, can't win all the time. It would be nice. Well, actually, I take that back. It wouldn't be nice to win all the time. Because I mean, if you won all the time, it would be like you might get really bored with life. So hopefully this works the way that I think it does. So let's put this in here. And what is it? 2 iron per nickel. Bar is casting molten in bar. Yeah, it's 2 iron per. that's harsh. Which one were you trying for? So hopefully this is correct. Yeah, so if you, every one you do, this is the chain for the best soil. So you actually have to go along the chain, starting with fertile, then brown, then yellow, then amber, then ruby, then red, then black, and then blue. So yeah, but this is only for slimes. That's, yeah. Well, you can respec. I mean, this little button down here should reset your points. So it shouldn't be too big a deal. I don't know if the respec costs you anything. Well, clearly it doesn't autofill. Do they not have the Tinker's books in here anymore? I would not start a whole new world. I would sooner go check to see if there's a cheat command to give yourself points if I did start a new world. But yeah, respecking, it's built in. You might as well just take advantage of it. Yeah, they got rid of the Tinker's books. I suppose you know off the top of your head how these works. Do I need to... oh, I bet I need to pour them in via faucets. Oh. Oh yeah, that's hardcore. That is not cool at all. I can't believe that they would do that. Yeah, exactly. Commands to the rescue. Make sure I don't lose everything. Like that. That is exactly what I did not want to happen. Well, as long as I have to move everything, I might as well put it up one, I guess. How does this work? I don't suppose you know off the top of your head how this this alloy thing works. I've never used it before. And I thought that you could just put it between them, but apparently I am wrong. Does it need the channels, maybe? Tinker's channel. I've never used these casting channels. I generally try to avoid using the alloy tank because... So let's get everything... Oh yeah, let's get everything out of this first, and then we'll move it around the nickel one, because the nickel one's got more stuff in it. But I suspect that it's kind of like this, maybe? Or... Where's the alloy thing? Oh, it's right there. On the plus side, I'm learning all sorts of new stuff. Does that set to flow inward? Oh, set to flow inwards. Oh, nope, nope. Give me the thing back. Set to flow outward. Okay, so maybe that's how it works. Let's put this underneath. Sleep to end the rain. I did actually. That was the first thing that I tried. I was kind of hoping that the fact that it included 2 channels, it would work. But clearly that is not kosher. Oh, it's in the chest. So do that. Do that. Oh, wait. Set to flow outward. Set to flow inward. Now the question is, what do they consider outward and what do they consider inward? All right. Thanks for stopping by, man. Good luck with your commands and respecking and stuff. Let me know how it goes. Here, I'll what am I doing? There we go. Added you to the auto host. So outward, maybe that's that way. Nope. I don't know. That's a hassle because I would really like alloys. Let's see, what else makes alloys? Invar can come from... Crusher, smelter, alloy furnace, good former. Can I make this? Graphite, lead, graphite, pulverized charcoal, manufacturing. Blah blah. Alloys liquids from adjacent seared tanks. So it should have worked. Something should have worked. Well... Alright, what can I do as far as that goes? There's got to be a way to figure this out. Alloy tank. Source image. This is totally me looking it up online really quick. So theoretically, it should just be able to so I should have been that theoretically was correct. So why didn't it do the thing? Mysterious. So let's break this down again. Because according to the image, that should work. Oh, okay. Okay. I know how it works now. The alloy tank. So it theoretically should work from melters, but it is not. So we'll try it again, and then I have another thing that I want to try. So the next thing I'm going to try is making some seared, what are they? Tinkers. So retains liquid. So basically we're going to need a couple more tanks, which is kind of something. How many tanks do I need for this thing though? Is there a facing issue that I should be aware of? Is it specifically above heaters? I've got a heater. Let's try it. Cool. Yep, it has to be a heater. Okay, that's annoying, but something we can work with. That is something we can work with. So if I were for me, where would I have put the faucet? Don't tell me I've lost the faucet. I've lost the faucet. Here, faucet, faucet, faucet. Alright, well, you know. There it is. Sweet. Now we can start automating this for real. Hold up for a second. I want to try something. Okay. Let's see if I can remember how this works. I apologize for blanking the screen really quick, but I want to alphabetize that. What is it called? So theoretically, I should actually be... Oh, it's not showing. Okay. I don't think that it worked. Well, that's annoying. Oh, wait, let me try something. Like... Ta-da! Well, let's turn this back on. And... There we go. I just didn't want you guys to, like, you know, see me type things that were password-like. Not actual passwords, but password-like. So theoretically now, everything that comes up in chat should appear in my chat. That's handy. That's going to be a lot easier for me to notice things. So assuming that we want to make hardened fluiducts, we just need lead. Lead. Really? Give me the stack. Thank you. So this carries 2 ingots. This has got that. So let's get a little bit more iron somewhere. Iron here, iron. These can actually go back there. Let's chuck all of that in there and get rid of it. Clay. Yeah, it's not consistent. That's kind of the most annoying thing here is the lack of consistency as far as what it's doing and what it's not as for those barrels. And that should be 1 and 1. So at this point, item duct, item duct, item duct. We just care about the opaque item duct, so tin. Have we got tin? Let's check. Mineral, petrified, birch, tin. So we have tin. It should be right over here. Uses for that. So that should give us some tin. Let's put all of this stuff back. I need a be right back card. Maybe a startup thing and a not startup thing. An end card. So this is actually going to give us some pretty cool advantages as far as that goes. We should actually be able to get into some relatively hardcore, well, not hardcore, but we should be able to get into some really good automation with this stuff. So that should be the last Invar ingot. Let's get that. So this contains 6 ingots of that. Let's go ahead and melt it all through. And I'm going to move this over. I have lost it. There it is. There it is. So this should be 1 block and 3 ingots and tin. That should be 2 blocks of tin. And now with the tin, okay, sweet. So that gets the tin out of the way. That gets that there. Let's put this here for the moment. Lever on it. Let's get the lead processing through, because once we have the lead, perfect. We just want the regular item duct. And we're going to need tin for that, so we have these. Item duct. So we need some iron. I think I burned through all of the iron. Nope. We have a little bit of iron left. Perfect. So iron. Two. Chuck that in there. Gives us our first piece of glass, and then now we can go into servos. Alright, so we'll chuck one of these to that. So servo. My inventory is starting to become a mess here. Dirt for now. So we don't quite have what we need for a retriever, but item, duct, opaque, go. Ignore. So there we go. So now we can begin processing all of this through. This is not a great setup, and I will definitely have to move it somewhere else. But it has the benefit of being semi-autonomous. We can set it up and it will just start churning through resources. And then we'll just have to move it left, right, depending on where we go with stuff. All right, so if we can get a little bit more going, we actually should be able to set up. Okay, let's put this down for overflow. That's not what I wanted to put down. Let's put that down for overflow, down in front of it. So again, I'd like to move this setup over somewhere else now that we have it going. We're actually so close to osmium. One of the benefits that this gives us is with the hardened. There we go. So we can do this. Grab a piece of lead. We're going to make a hardened fluid duct. So we need a piece of glass. Servo. And we wanted the redstone amber in here. And then servo. And now we can do that. So now we have our netherrack, and that should enable us to make netherrack whenever we want, especially after we make a netherrack tree. So it's going to be diamond, gold, and a redstone sapling, which we all have. So redstone sapling, and it's going to be 2 diamond and a gold. So I'm pretty sure I have a diamond tree around here. Diamond 1, 2. So that gives us the redstone sapling. It's going to be a lot for this redstone sapling, actually. So let's get it started and see where we end up. I'm not sure exactly. Can we water these? I know you can bone meal them. Does it actually matter? Possibly not. So we don't care about sticks or wood. Sticks or wood. And honestly, we would like to have another sapling, which we can get another sapling, but the odds of it are fairly low. Key is probably over there somewhere. But now we have netherrack resin too. So optimally we would like sapling. And we have a 5% chance of getting another one, so that's pretty low actually. And a 4% chance of nether quartz. Nether quartz. That's amazing. So let's break this and do it the fun way now. Right after it finishes. Alternately, maybe this will work. Crook. Oh, my kingdom for a crook. My kingdom to be organized. You should always have your kingdom organized. So that gives us a second one. And that gives us nether quartz. And we can just lock this because I don't care. Now I think that our AE stuff applied Certus. There's no Certus quartz. So our AE stuff is going to be going off of netherrack, or not netherrack, nether quartz. Oh, come on, give me another tree. Give me another tree. This is why I was saying it's better to just do it with the dirt over there, but, you know, I can't follow my own advice. One, two, three, 4, 5, 9. If you don't give me another leaf or a sapling or something, then I'm just gonna do it the hard way. Alright, we're doing it the hard way. You forced me into this. Grow. There we go. So now we can just do this. That up, do that, do that, do that, do that. Now we grab this and home free. This is now nether quartz. And that's that. So there we go. So that gives us netherrack, which gives us nether quartz. As I said, we're going to need extra nether quartz, so I'm not really worried about not having a second one. Because it's kind of one of those very popular vanilla materials. Like, a lot of people like to use it. Alright, so we need one of these to make the nether quartz tree. Nether quartz tree. Although, quartz tree. So, magma slime crystal is slimy magma mud, which is slime balls. Do they have to be these slime balls? Blazing pyrotheum. Awkward. On the other hand, our goal was osmium. Osmium. So, osmium amber. Oh, I actually needed quartz resin. Okay. Well, yeah, then we're definitely going to have to make this. Magma slime crystal. Let's look at our quest book really quick. Do I not have an ardite sapling yet? Or an emerald sapling yet? Honestly, we're making good progress. Good progress indeed. They're diagonal fences. Nice. Honestly, we're not too far off of this. So we're gonna have to, wow, make a lot of animal seeds. So how do we get pyrotheum? By smelting that, how do we get this? This would be sulfur, redstone, blaze powder. We get blaze powder from a glowstone sapling. How do we make a glowstone sapling? This would be blaze powder. Crushing tub. So if we crush netherrack, we will get a blaze powder. So I believe that we should just be able to make netherrack now. Hold on. This is, what is that? Melt that down, that gives us blood. Okay, we don't care about blood yet. But we now have that, and that makes our life easier. So let's make it daylight again. You guys are going to have to tell me about light. As far as I can tell, everything is fairly well lit up. Let's just put all of our ingots in here. Tin, iron. So the next step is probably going to be something along the lines of a second chest here with things that we are smelting. Item duct. Come on, item duct. And then, is that a container? That's creepy. Tin, iron, bone resin can go away, but we're gonna need some more glass and some more iron. So, iron. Sand. Chuck that in there. Let's get rid of this bone resin really quick. Next one over. Alright. So that gives us our glass. That gives us our servo. Oh, redstone. Am I not carrying any redstone? Okay, so let's put all of that back. Pull that out. Make ourselves a servo, which is like this, I think. Servo. Ignored. Alright, so now anything that I put in this should be smelted down and eventually come out the other side as ingots. So conversely, this means that I can do this. Ooh, I hope that doesn't connect. That would be unfortunate. Doesn't. Sweet. Hardened fluiduct. So I need 2 more Invar and a lead. So I'm kind of hoping that I can just kind of... This is super messy. And 2. So we can melt down the gold now too. Chuck that in there. Throw the gold in. Again, this is very messy, and I will make a cleaner form of it at some point. I promise, probably. Like, even for me, this is bad. Alright, so that is probably not going to work. Because item duct doesn't connect to it. Maybe it connects on the top? Nope. That's fine. That's fine. We'll figure this out. Always active. Okay, so it does not like to pull out of that. Alright, well, we can work with this too. I was kind of hoping I would be able to automate it, but we'll do what needs to be done. Alright, well, good enough. So, what that does do for us, though, is that we can now make redstone at will. We've got the basics of piping. and automation and stuff. So we need to figure out how to get glowstone sapling. So glowstone sapling is redstone. Right, we were gonna have one of these. Then we have a basin here, crushing tub. I'm just gonna break them because they're annoying me and I can't remember what's in them. So this should give us blood and glowstone. So we need quartz for this too. Emerald sapling, this magma thing, slimy magma mud. So is it any slime ball? How do I make soul sand? XP onto sand. How do we get XP? So gas tiers. I mean, this is pretty much our big sticking point. Once we get this, we should be okay. So we need to get into this slimy magma mud. So let's see if it allows us to do soul sand bacon. How are we getting gas tiers though? Loot fabricator. We're definitely fabricator. Does this require power? I mean, I think that we could build this. Will look pretty dumb if it requires power though. So, simulation chamber. I don't think we're there yet. Uses for gas tiers, and the cauldron gives us a potion of regeneration. So in a cyclic melter, that will give us XP. So we actually would need 25 gas tiers to do this. Alright. Well, how about blazing pyrotheum? So pyrotheum dust. How do we get sulfur? Would be nether bricks. So nether wart. Huh. A simple generator. Okay, so that gives us basic power. Culinary generator gives us basic power based on food, ender pearls, nether stars, souls, geothermal. Okay. Age of Exploration. Overworld cake. So that will take us home. Overworld cake. How do we make an overworld cake? So a cake surrounded by any sapling. Milk, eggs, sugar, wheat. So the only thing that we're having trouble with maybe is eggs, but we're not having trouble with it. It's good to know. Excuse me, sir. Do you have any eggs? Do we have hatchery? Alright, well, let's find out. I was really hoping to get chicken. So grindstone will give us more seeds out of this. But yeah, I want chickens for repeatable things. So my goal is 3 hours at a shot. So I probably will call this in another 38 minutes, give or take. We'll see how it works out. I think I had a pretty good day today. So let's chuck this in there, get some more eggs. And but we have one. And that means that we now have a supply of eggs infinitely. So that's pretty good. I think one of the other things that I need to do, and this is not in the mod pack specifically, but you know, for Twitch, is I need to figure out how to get like Twitch announcements for followers and stuff like that. Because I think that's pretty cool. I mean, I'm not really worried about followers, but I like gadgets and things, and that kind of like gets me right in my ooh cool new tech thing. I mean, I guess it's not really new. I mean, people have been doing it for years now, but it's new to me, darn it, and I want to see how it works. Just like that whole I've got chat in Minecraft, so that's cool, and I like it. So we can actually give this to the chicken and grow you up some. Okay, now you should grow up in another 2.5 minutes, and that will be excellent for us. Okay, so we've got nickel, we've got tin. I think we need emerald. So we're going to need an emerald sapling later. So green slime crystals, green slimy mud. So dirt and sand and slime balls. Slime balls actually shouldn't be a problem, I think. Slime ball. Recipe for this. Cactus. Oh, I've got slime saplings. What am I doing? Over here. I really didn't need that many, thank you. I appreciate your excitement, though. So it was 1 dirt and 1 sand. Is this the recipe? What's that? Rammed earth. Chinese workshop. So the uses for this, if I smelt it... Wait a minute, is that the... Uses for that... Okay, so it's different. That's good to know. Oh, it's mud, not dirt. So smelting that is what I want to do. So I smelt this, and then the emerald sapling. So I'll need 2 tin and a nickel and a diamond sapling. Diamond sapling. Come on, give me just the one. Thanks. Nickel, nickel, nickel. Dirt. Sand, gravel, petrified. Dark oak, birch, copper, spruce. So it's 2 tin and 1 nickel. 1, 2. And then I should just be able to go get the crystal. And then we should be done with that. So that's that. Emerald sapling. So let's do this. So that gives us the emerald sapling that we need for the quartz sapling. Oh, it's broken. That's fine. Whatever. We've got everything we need off of it, to be sure. And we'll just okay, so what is blood good for? Can we use blood for anything? Uses for this. Uses for that. That gives us... So we can make it... Flows like water, feels like gelatin. Oh, wait. Magma crystal. Okay. So we still have to get the sulfur, and we do that with the netherrack. Okay, so I just was kind of hoping. There was a... So the uses for this, from this gives us emerald resin, emerald acorns, saplings, and uses for these. That gives us emeralds. Uses for this also gives us emeralds, but we don't care too much. Uses, yeah, it's only for the emeralds, so all we care about is those, I'm thinking. So in that case, we can actually put it here and lock it. Alright, and we don't care about this apparently. Go us. So yeah, even when you do randomly use 3, like you get so many of them that come out as 1 or whatever that it doesn't matter. So let's go investigate the possibility of sulfur, because with sulfur we're almost to our let's not cook all of these, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do 4 and see what happens. So we should have a 100% chance of getting sulfur grinding this down. So that's that. And one more. So what is though? So we got niter. What can we do with niter? I need my sulfur. Okay, so we have the sulfur. So with this, and we can make the blazing, the pyrotheum dust. And putting that in a melter gives us that. So the magma slime sapling. So we'll take a blue one, and we need 4 bottles. So that's going to be 4 bottles, which is going to be 4 of these, which is going to be 2 craftings of this. So I need some more blaze powder, and we're shiny. So we got the blaze powder this way. 1, 2, 3, because it's like 1 blaze powder per, I think. 1, do it in that one. 2, 3. So now we hook up some redstone, which we have, and we go pyrotheum, cauldron, pyrotheum, this, that's that. Let's turn this off just for giggles, and the fact that we don't want to explode everything. Get ourselves a slime sapling from over here. Might actually have to make some more of these saplings in the background at some point. So I'm kind of hoping that I can just do that and these will go in. So these might take a little while to smelt. I'm not sure exactly how long. I do know that if we were to be cooking stuff with the blazing pyrotheum, that it would go a lot faster, and that's one of the ways to speed up Tinker's Smeltery in late game. So that's pretty cool. And once we have this, that's going to give us congealed magma slime blocks and slime balls. Now we technically only need this because you can use this to make them. Oh, you know what? I bet this actually needs the other one because it's an entire... There it is. I knew that. I did. Probably. Is it still cooking it down? It's still cooking it down. Alright. So we'll leave that to do its shiny thing. We're going to need another one of these set up. We'll probably just do this here right off the bat to get that going. And we can make more as we need to. Dirt acorn we can put with the dirt tree. There we go. Oh my gosh. This is very fast. It's like watching paint dry. I'm a genius. All right, well, let's fix this. That's that at least. So once this is done, I think what we can do is put a bucket in there and it should fill the bucket. But we'll have to wait for it to be done. All right, but that where is it? Wow, that's a lot of stuff. So how about a cookie sapling? We're still waiting on glowstone. What do we need for the glowstone? Glowstone sapling. So we need the quartz, and to get this, it's the quartz sapling, which is we're working on. So let's talk about cookie saplings. So jungle sapling, sugar, and cookies. Cookies are cocoa and wheat. We can do this, actually. So, assuming that it's a cookie, it's 2 wheat, 1 cocoa for 8 cookies. And the sapling is 3 cookies and a sugar and a jungle sapling. Jungle sapling. Let's get some wheat. We've got some sugar cane somewhere. Look, wheat. Watering can? Watering can. Why are you not laying eggs? Okay, let's do this. Egg. Oop. Eggs. Give me the eggs. Whatever. Eggs for nothing. So, maybe I'm wrong about that, and it has to be in this one. I know there's a way to do this. There we go. So theoretically that should fill the bucket. Off. And then we put this in there, and then we do that. That gives some magma slime sapling, which we want to grow up over here. Watering can, because it's faster. Whoa. We need a cobble. Seriously. I would like the bouncing to stop. He is not wrong about the vein miner. Okay, we're done. We'll pick up the rest as they fall, if eventually they do. Which I'm sure that they will at some point. So that gives us 3. So this one has to be broken because it's not that. We'll give it green slimy dirt now. Give it one of those. Chuck that in there. So now we can lock it. So in order to make the magma crystal, it's basically the same thing, except we need soul sand. The biggest thing is going to be, how do we get nether wart? But we're steps closer now. It's perfect. Do we have any uses for these? Oh, specifically we need that for Ardite. Okay, well, that's cool. Ardite. Amber. Ardite sapling. Alright, well, I mean... It's a little backwards that way, but sure, whatever, that works. Okay, this we needed for the cookie. And cookies. And that, and then what was it? Jungle, sugar, and that gives us a cookie sapling, which we now have a cookie sapling. And cookie saplings produce cookies. So the chance of that produces liquid cookie dough, which we can pour into cookies, or we could just have cookies. So I think that we're just going to have cookies. I realize it's not as fast or as cool, but also let's make some more of these just in case we need a second one. There we go. That. Perfect. Now, it is my understanding that we are eventually going to need a ton of cookies. So, not knowing exactly how many that is, 80,000 cookies? 80,000? Does that sound right? So we need 1,250 stacks of cookies. So this is going to take a little while. And what we probably need to do is look into storage. And making these. So barrel. Alright, so that seems pretty easy. That seems easy. That seems easy. I think we can do that now. Or dictionary. Okay, that seems easy. Okay, good enough. We can do these things. Relatively easily. So according to the quest book, we're going to need all of them. So let's start by making the first one. I want to see specifically this one uninstalls. So if we make another one of these, really, two. And then to make a key, we need a barrel, which is the cauldron, 2 pressure plates, 2 pressure plates. That gives us the... Did I not make this? Weird. So that gives us this, and then with 2 iron, 3 iron, that gives us a spare key, which gives us this, which theoretically is a wrench. So that gives us the wrench, that gives us this. Let us go investigate how much this increases our potential storage here. And we'll experiment on the cookie. Interesting. So now it holds 8,000. How do we use this? Do we have to empty it first? Yes, it appears that we have to empty it first. Okay. That seems legit. So that's 8,000. So 1 doubles it. So that's times 2 times 4 times 8 times 16. So that would be 1 times 16, right? Times 16. So I don't know how many upgrades we can have in this, but we might actually need a second one. We'll just do that. We'll make a second one just in case. So one of the reasons for that is later on down the line, all of the things, we need a fill a cookie jar with cookie singularities and right click it. So a cookie singularity is made from 10,000. So the cookie jar, we can actually make one and look in it really quick. But I believe the cookie jar holds 8 stacks. Let's get some redstone and some iron. That's cooking. I think we're going to need more of this. So we're just going to need lots and lots and lots of cookies. And I see no earthly reason why I shouldn't just start arranging for them now. I mean, we'll be able to automate and produce them faster later. But the more that we produce now, and the better off we'll be. So on that note, let's do this, and we'll make ourselves a cookie jar. Yeah, see it has 8 locations, so we'll need 10,000 cookies per, so 80,000 cookies. So with the full let's put it there. So with the full whatchamacallit from barrels. So as far as I can tell, this will not hold enough. We'll be short by about 20,000. So we'll need 2 of them like this. So we should just be able to straight up make this. Obsidian we can make by getting lava. Okay, so I think we can just do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and obsidian, yeah. So we're just going to need 4 of this really quick. I think it's 4. 4K, yeah. And then we need 2 gold and 2 gold pressure plates. And then some emeralds, and we're good. So conveniently, I think we just made an emerald tree. So it looks like we're going to need 6 emeralds per. So that gives us the first one. We need 3 more emeralds, which we do not have yet. But what that does do for us is we can slap the first one in. Interesting. It doesn't... Okay, so that's the biggest upgrade you can use. Can we? No, these don't do anything. But that. So that gives us these. So we just need 2 more of those. Then the Ore Dictionary and the Void one. All right. So let's pop this in here. We'll worry about that later. So it is now officially 6 o'clock. In 7 minutes, give or take, we'll have an exact 3-hour stream. So I'm not really sure if there's anything that we can do in 3 hours that we can. I got that. In 7 minutes, that's super important to us. But we have done a lot. So we're closer. We haven't actually gotten our iron done. Like that was one of my main goals, was to get a bunch of iron and stuff processed. Whatever. All right, so cookie acorn, which we can chuck off the edge because we don't care about cookie acorns. Don't ask me why. Oh. I can fix this. I can fix this. Go home. Go home. Babies like to go to the adult, so if you can make a path, they will do that. And there's a terrifyingly evil thing you can do with that to crash servers. So be a good person and don't do that. Oop. Bye. I've lost one. 3 out of 4 ain't bad. So, we now have eggs as much as we want, as long as we're willing to wait. And I can be willing to wait. So, I prefer to have a good supply of stuff. A renewing supply, rather than just one-off apples. Let's clear the inventory a little bit and reduce it down to things that we're actively using. This is a problem. This needs to be there. We need to turn it on. I actually need to put the iron in there. That would be helpful. So what kind of furnaces do we have? Furnace. Okay, so nothing super crazy. Oh. Right, we still need this. Now, if they're yeah, so let's once we have let's make some cakes really quick, and then we'll call it. So to make a regular cake, we need sugar, milk. We can do milk. Let's do this. So this should give us 3 milk. There you go. We need sugar. Cake is wheat. So that gives us our first cake. So what do we need for our second cake? Come here. Wow, Steve's got long arms. Because we need a cake to get back. So we'll need a couple more obsidian. Watering can. Alright, so nether cake is obsidian, overworld cake is saplings. We've got saplings. Let's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's going to give us overworld cake. And obsidian's going to be a matter of water. 2, 3, and some cobble. It's too bad that we can't, these have to be right-clicked. I mean, there are definitely machines that will do that, so it's not insurmountable. But it would be easier if it were not so. Alright, so that should give us another cake. Boom. So, yeah, let's call it here. I'm glad everybody showed up. I had up to 5 people at one point. That's actually pretty impressive for, like, what, my 3rd or 4th stream ever. Good conversation. Yeah, I had fun. I enjoyed it. I hope everybody else did. It's just a matter of, I guess when you're at the bottom, there's only one place to go, and that's up. So everything is good. I got my chat thing working, but you know, I didn't get it working until everybody left. So that's kind of whatever, but it does work. I tested it. So that's going to be another one of those learning experiences. Get that going beforehand. Once I have sand, this should work just fine. So yeah, it was good. I even have a second follower, so I'm all the way up to 2. Very impressed with myself. I'm gonna need a guy to hang around and tell me I'm mortal. So yeah, this is, like I said, good place to call it. If you are watching on YouTube, you know, cool. I hope you You leave a like if you do. You know, comments can all go there. If you can make my stream and you want to talk to me in person, you know, that totally is a thing. If you have any idea how to do this Twitch thing better than me, which I'm sure pretty much everybody does, I could really use help figuring out how I'm supposed to be doing my some of the extensions. So, well, I'll muscle through. I'm sure that there's probably YouTube videos I can watch. But, yep, we'll call it here. As soon as I remember where my thing is. You guys have a good night.